Welcome, everybody. It is the Paul Rodriguez Show. Sorry to keep y'all waiting. We were just kind of having a little reminisce down memory lane. Maybe we'll get into it if we get off the rails, and maybe we won't. Producer James in the building. How you feeling, sir?
I'm feeling good. And
ladies and gentlemen, enter in the building, standing 6'6", pushing people around and taking advantage of short people across the world. Wes Washington, how you feeling, sir?
Feeling great, bro. Feeling good, man.
Hey,
feeling good.
James is 5'6", just so you know.
Whoa.
Wes likes to make fun of short people. So, Wes, you're going to make fun of me, too. I'm 5'9", so you can make fun of me, too.
I'm not going to say nothing.
How come you pick on short people?
It is what it is.
How come you pick on short people, Wes?
I really don't. Short people pick on me.
See?
You know, like I always
just did
get
right
picked
there.
out in the grocery store by the old lady. Hey, can you get this off the shelf? You know,
hey, maybe she just wants a strapping young lad to help her with her groceries. I mean, I don't know.
And I know some guys that are like around my height and they walk around like they got something to prove all day.
Do they walk like Conor McGregor with their shoulders all?
Yeah, but they're not Conor McGregor.
I always got the short dudes that always like to pick on me. Yeah. Man. It was always, just to prove. It was like, because anytime I stand next to a short dude, they feel like I'm picking on them. I'm trying to big man them, and it's like, I'm sorry, I can't help how big I am, but I'm not trying to big man you. Calm down, little man.
Wes, when you were balling in high school, like and you were probably playing what? You're probably playing the 5 or the 4.
No, actually, I was pretty versatile, so I played basically all 5 positions.
You were new age. You were new age Dirk Nowitzki, is what you're saying.
I wish I could shoot like. If I shot like Dirk, then I would have made it somewhere a lot farther than junior college. But I was pretty versatile. I played all 5 positions. By the time I got to high school, I was playing a lot of point guard, shooting guard.
Hey, so did any of these short guys, did they ever like throw a knee in like your thigh to like give you a Charlie horse? Just like you're coming down the lane and they just stick out a knee or a hip just to try to check you real quick. You ever get anything like that?
Oh yeah, I mean, but I was an antagonizer myself. I definitely was one of those dudes that would. I'm more antagonized the ref, like the dead ball. I roll the ball down to the other end of the gym. I used to untie the shoestring on free throw stuff.
Who's the ref shoe? You're untying the ref shoe.
I would untie another player's shoe.
Oh,
like when you line it up and you just kind of lean down. And then you got to pull it when you go in.
Are you taking advantage of those long arms is what you're saying?
Oh, yeah. I used to try to shoot the bird to the crowd behind me when I was at the free throw line.
AJ Hawk over here, flipping the bird to the opponents.
I was a crowd favorite. People, when I was on the road, the crowd knew me already, and they would.
Are you serious?
Hey, yesterday he was Charles Barkley. Today's Ron Artest.
Hey, man, put some respect on Ron Artest.
Not Ron Artest.
Meta World Peace, please. Meta World Peace, please. Hey, shout out to September is. I know I'm gonna take a quick turn, but I just want to say this. Speaking of Meta World Peace, September is Suicide Prevention Month. So if you need help, we'll probably put something in the description. I've been posting that around just because. We want to make sure we help everybody who needs help. Just, FYI. But yeah, let's get back on the train. It's a big sports weekend. I think we're really looking forward to Thursday night. Maybe me and Wes are more than James. But we're going to talk about some Packers today, too. Hey, we're going to talk about some Packers today.
Hey, man, I'm looking forward to, football kicking off, just football in general.
You better hope them crab legs don't come catch you slipping. That's all I got to say.
Okay.
Eat that W.
I mean, eating them, right? Just I can't do it because it looks too sus. I'm just saying. I'm not going to do that part. But Thursday night.
That was Deshaun Jackson's face as he's watching him eat the W like,
dude, embarrassing.
Who is this dude?
Embarrassing. And Drew Brees was promoting it. I'm like, Drew, come on, man. After what I watched last night, I learned a little bit more about Drew. And Drew is Drew's not as down as he says he is. Let's put it that way. Did you see that I Am Athlete?
No, I missed that one.
Yeah, I sent it to y'all last night just because I got hooked into it. Like I usually watch YouTube after the show, and they had Andre Johnson on there, former Houston Texan, and I believe Indianapolis Colt, and they kind of were talking to him about the Deshaun situation and basically how he felt like the organization really doesn't make decisions that is in the best interest of the team, and they kind of expanded on that. And then Brandon Marshall went off on his guaranteed contracts in the NBA, which he was totally wrong about that. But anyways, it's a really good podcast, and shout out to Brandon Marshall for having that, especially with Fred Taylor and Ocho Cinco on there also. And then I think Chad, he played for the Dolphins. He was a defensive end. Chad, I can't remember his last name, but shout out to Chad too, both the Chads. It was a good episode last night, and they kind of talked about how Drew Brees was during the lockout in 2011. Drew Brees got paid like $1 million to basically go say the players are standing firm with the NFLPA, which was total hogwash. He was just saying that because he got $1 million. So just kind of learned a little bit more about Drew Brees, tying that in with the New Orleans Saints. Hopefully crab legs don't get found. This weekend in Jacksonville, that's where the Green Bay Packers are going to face the Saints. But getting back to what I wanted to talk about, the Dallas Cowboys. Hey, guys, Wes, who is going to be your breakout? Who's going to be the breakout player for Dallas this Thursday night against Tampa Bay? Who, in your eyes, is showing you enough through preseason, because we really need to see a lot of players, and also Hard Knocks for those who are watching that, which is going to premiere in about 45 minutes, maybe 40 minutes.
I think on both sides of the ball, you have to have a breakout game from Parsons. You got to see that guy. You got to see him do some things on the defensive side. Jerry said, "Hey, we got big play type players on both sides of the ball." Oh, he even said on special teams. So we got to see Parsons making big plays, cause some turnovers, and get some pressure. We got to get some pressure. I don't know how we're going to do it. I don't know who's going to do it, but somebody's got to get some pressure. On the other side of the ball, I think you got to start with the line. Like, you got to see Connor Williams have a big game.
Mm-hmm.
We got to see somebody on that line step up and become a leader with Zach Martin being out. Because I feel like the weapons are going to be there. Weapons are going to be there. Cooper's going to be there. I think CeeDee Lamb he's going to be CeeDee Lamb. I think he's going to have a great year. And hopefully, Zeke's going to bounce back. No turnovers. That's what I'm looking for in this game. More than the win, I want to see no turnovers. I want to see us take care of the ball and knock some of that rust off, Dak.
So, yeah, that's true for Dak. But did you hear what Jerry was talking about today about how Zach Martin potentially could be back in the mix if he has 2 negative COVID tests and not showing any symptoms? Is Jerry, Jerry's thinking like an owner who's thinking like every rock unturned to have us the ability to field our starters. Is he reaching on that, or is he just selling those tickets? Like, hey, we might have Zach Martin. I think it's a sales pitch more than anything else. What do you think about that?
Yeah. No, he's the only person saying it. But,
Yeah.
Basically, he has to have a negative test, tomorrow? And then he's got to have a negative test before he gets away.
5 o'clock
He got to have a negative
Thursday.
test today. And then he has to have a negative test tomorrow.
It has to be a negative test tomorrow and a negative test Thursday at 5 o'clock.
So if he gets a negative test tomorrow, I'm guessing they're going to put him on the plane to go ahead and go to Tampa. And then
maybe if I was Jerry, I would have him on a private plane to a private hotel where he's just on standby. Because if he gets a negative, the biggest issue with Zach Martin is he can't show any symptoms, and I think he's still showing the symptoms. So let's say tomorrow he wakes up at 6 and he gets tested, and it's a negative test, then he's on the clock, so to speak. But then you'd have to wait until the next day, Thursday, 5 o'clock before game time, and like if he tests negative, then within the rules, he's ready to go. That's the only thing.
What has he been doing when he's been out this time? It's kind of.
I think by this time your body's already ready to go.
But I know he's the best player on the field anytime he's playing.
Yeah.
He's the best in the league. But and still, I think you still got to be in some kind of football shape just to be out there. And he's a leader, so it'd be nice to see him. I want to see him out there. Don't get me wrong.
I think if
I'm not putting my hopes up.
Let's put it this way: if he tests negative both days, I'm not saying you play him Thursday, but you dress him. I think you should do that. I don't think you should play, but I think the morality boost for him being on the sideline in his uniform, I think would give a little bit of confidence to maybe whoever his backup is. Like in a worst case scenario, if Martin had to play, he probably would. But knowing Jerry, he would be like, put him out there, the starting line. It's like, Jared, he just got over COVID, like a virus that attacks the way you breathe. Let's kind of pump our brakes a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm no COVID expert. I don't know if that's true or not. All I know is that people get congested whenever they get COVID. I'm just saying. I don't know if that's true. But I don't know. I hope for Dallas' sake, my dark horse player, I want it to be DeMarcus Lawrence. I want to see him get after the quarterback, make Tom Brady have happy feet, and he's got to be the linchpin. He's the guy who made the money. He's supposed to be the defensive leader. The other player, too, is I want to see how Diggs comes back and plays. Trayvon Diggs, the Alabama product, needs to be a successful lockdown corner. I'm not saying you got to be Darrelle Revis, but I ain't saying you got to be, who's the guy in Los Angeles? I can't think of the top of my head.
The one talks not Norman, but he replaced Norman in Carolina, right?
Y'all know who I'm talking about. Put in the comments if you know who I'm talking about. LA, the corner, number 30, I think who it is. Anyways, the point is he ain't got to be the lockdown of lockdowns, but he needs to be a product that's going to be able to kind of hold his own side of the field and not let Godwin or not let Evans like just have a field day. But at the same time, like, we're going to need linebackers underneath to make sure that Antonio Brown isn't causing havoc, because I think this year is when Antonio Brown and Tom Brady really have their like full-fledged coming out party for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Producer James?
Jalen Ramsey.
Well, how could I forget that guy's name?
I just when he said it. But from the word on the grapevine is that Antonio Brown is looking good. Like he's looking like Antonio Brown before he went psycho in Pittsburgh. So,
but you know why, right?
Because Tom got him and probably just said, "Hey, man, you want to do something? You with the GOAT."
So Antonio took that 1-year deal when the cap kind of went down again a little bit this year. I think it's like $182.5 million. Well, next year it's probably going to be over $200 million. And Antonio knows I'm kind of gotten my life back on track. I'm back in the NFL. I'm not on any kind of exempt list, and I'm balling with the Super Bowl, and we're defending Super Bowl champs. Let me go ball out this last 1-year deal with Tampa, and then get another big bag, probably the last big bag of his career, somewhere that needs a number one receiver, maybe Jacksonville, somewhere where he's going to get paid is what he's looking for. And he's got to be able to produce this year in order to get that big bag next year, because he is on only 1-year deal. And again, he's getting the ball from Tom Brady, the GOAT, so I think that's why he's looking so good. But again, we can't take away his work ethic. Antonio Brown is a freak workout player who just makes sure he gets in the work so that when it's time to go produce, he can have that ability on the field week in and week out. And I think he's also more healthy this year than he was last year. What did you say?
Definitely. But I mean, like you said, he's working with the GOAT now. And I think Tom said, "Hey, man, we can do something here." You remember meeting with Randy Moss and what we did? You got a chance to put up those type numbers right now. So get your shit together and let's go do this. Let's go make this money. Let's go get this ring. Yeah,
there's so much firepower for both offenses. It's kind of like whoever gets a turnover or whoever, maybe gets an onside kick. I wouldn't be surprised if we see everything in this game Thursday where like the coaches just say, "You know what? Dallas, we're playing the Super Bowl champs," and Tampa's like, "We can't let Dallas embarrass us at home after a Super Bowl championship. Just throw the whole bag out there and see what happens." And I'm here for all of it, because I think we're going to have a bunch of points scored, and I wouldn't be surprised if this game, Tampa has a 10-point lead going into the fourth, and Dallas makes it close. That's kind of what I'm looking for. All right, guys, let's get into a break real quick. Before we do that, Producer James, when we go to break, can we hit the bumper for Spotify, please?
Okay.
I appreciate that. All right. Hey, we're on Spotify, guys. Did y'all know that?
Man, I did not know that, man. That's a good thing to know.
Head on over to Spotify, search Paul Rodriguez Show. You'll see the little logo pop up. Give us a follow, turn notifications on. That way you don't miss any show that is uploaded, which is daily.
Welcome back, everybody. It is the Paul Rodriguez Show coming out of Studio 44. We got Wes back in the mix. I want to form this question. This is going to probably be a question where we all can get in the mix on this one. Who is going to challenge the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for the NFC title this year? Producer James, you go first.
It's not going to be Dallas. I'll tell you that much.
I think anybody should understand that.
Shot, bro.
I'll tell you that much. What's up?
That's just a cheap shot, man.
But he's not wrong.
Nobody was picking Dallas. Why you even got to go
see?
there? You just want to kick us while we down.
Put the down. The season hasn't even started yet.
It will on Thursday.
Everyone's on
and
a
guess
level
what?
playing field
Guess who
right
gets
now.
to be in that game? Not Green Bay. Not Green Bay.
That's fine. We'll play on Sunday.
Yeah, you better hope you don't take a L. So
We won't.
So
I told you we can place a bet or what?
we will. We'll talk about that.
You said that yesterday. We didn't.
We did a lot of work after we were done at the show too. We didn't get out of here till like 11 o'clock.
I think you're stalling. And then tomorrow's Dark Side, and then Thursday.
Listen, once we get done with this show, I promise you, I got cash on me, baby. I got $200 cash if you want to get that happening.
All right.
IRS, we did not make that bet. Just want to let that be known.
I was gonna say we'll put some crypto up.
Why you want to get them more intrigued by saying crypto? Anyways, get on with your answer.
Yeah. So, I mean, if there's somebody that's gonna give Tampa Bay, be a roadblock in their way back to their repeat, it's gonna be Green Bay, no doubt.
So ESPN had a simulation that they ran, and the number one team that wins the Super Bowl this year is Green Bay. They beat Tampa in the NFC Championship game and then go on to play in the Super Bowl. And you kind of have to think about, is Tampa going to be better than what they were last year? Yeah, I think so. But I think we also have to take into consideration maybe they have a little bit more difficult road than maybe Green Bay. So maybe they don't have the same type of injuries. But Wes, to give a different perspective, and I think you kind of see the whole NFL more like I do, rather than so like narrow-minded as producer James. In the NFL, who is going to be that team that really gives Tampa the most difficult challenge, like especially in the playoffs? Where do you see them having the most difficulty?
First of all, they call the Cowboys delusional.
Get them.
If ESPN has this thing that they say that Green Bay is going to do it, so Green Bay's not going to do it.
It was one. It was one simulation. It was just one
simulation.
I just had to put it out there. There was just one.
I mean, it's the same thing Madden does, so it's not going to happen.
You should see.
I think whoever challenges Tampa Bay, I think it's going to probably come out of the West, NFC West.
We talking about Seattle?
I'm looking at the Rams or possibly the 49ers.
You think Garoppolo has it in him?
I think that defense has it in them.
I think Trey Lance has it in him.
He just doesn't need to mess it up.
But Jimmy obviously couldn't perform whenever they were playing Green Bay 3 years ago, whenever they were in that NFC title game. See, as soon as he hit mute, I put up Green Bay. He unmuted right afterwards. But Jimmy Garoppolo couldn't get it done in the NFC Championship game against Green Bay, even when they were fully healthy. To me, I think Jimmy's going to falter mid-year. He's going to start throwing a bunch of interceptions, and people are going to call for Trey Lance, and that'll be it. It'll be over. I think Trey Lance has the ability to get them to a conference championship game. I don't know if they beat Tampa, but if there's anybody else that's in there who sneaks in, like maybe New Orleans sneaks in, or maybe, they meet up with another NFC West team in the championship game. If Trey Lance is there, I could totally see him getting them over the hump, especially with that defensive line being revamped after DeForest Buckner left to go to Indianapolis. They look hot. I mean, they were one of the teams we picked up in our Dynasty Fantasy League as a team defense, and we kind of paid a lot of money for them. So I have high expectations for the 49ers. What is it about the Rams that kind of gets you in that headspace about contending also?
Defense. I just think defense is something. They cause turnovers. They have Jalen Ramsey. They have the most unblockable player in Aaron Donald.
Well, Aaron Donald was getting slammed by like Dallas's worst offensive lineman. So I don't know about that.
the dude's pretty good, man.
He is.
Maybe he can't fight. I don't know. But
well, he was fighting. He was fighting in Pittsburgh, breaking up. He was breaking up midnight fights in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he's dropping drunk dudes in a bar.
Well, I don't. He didn't hit anybody. He just broke it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he didn't hit nobody. That's what pissed me off when that story dropped, was like, Aaron Donald's fighting in Pittsburgh. It's like, no, Aaron Donald is keeping the peace in Pittsburgh while people are trying to take each other's heads off with, sucker punches. But yeah, I mean, Aaron Donald is Aaron Donald, but I think Jalen Ramsey is the tone setter for that defense for the Rams. And I think that for him, if he stays healthy, I'm with the offensive weapons, and I've said it yesterday. I'm gonna say it again. Matthew Stafford is going to. I think it's going to come down between Matthew Stafford and Josh Allen for the MVP, unless Aaron Rodgers has like a vengeance tour where he's just flaming everybody. But I don't see that happening. But for him, I think Matt Stafford, Josh Allen with the weapons. There's just too many weapons for Buffalo and for the Rams. I like that team. But for me, the dark horse, the team that's going to give Tampa Bay the most challenge, I think in the NFC, I think it seriously, it could seriously be a team like Seattle. I think they're quiet. I think that Russell Wilson is pissed. I think that he wants to prove himself, to prove his worth. And the West is going to be a crucible for whoever comes out of the NFC West. They could easily go challenge Green Bay or Tampa Bay for the NFC title. And I think Russell Wilson he's got a little juice flowing now. I think Ciara got in his head. I think Team 3 got into his head. And I think he's feeling himself a little bit more now because he knows he's a different kind of player, although be at like 5'10". But the dude can move the rock, and he doesn't get hit, and he's able to lead. And I think he's out here to prove that franchise in Seattle wrong, just like I think Aaron was trying to do that with Green Bay last year. That's why I like Seattle as given the Tampa Bay Buccaneers a lot of trouble. And Seattle doesn't quit. That's the other thing, is like they could be down by 10, and they're still going to start throwing the ball down the field. And Russell Wilson is the type of quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, like Tom Brady, like the guys that we used to root for all the time, who in a crunch time, they could be down by 7 or 6 or 5 or even 3, and they'll lead their team back with like 2 minutes left on the clock to go score and win the game late. That's why I like Seattle.
Did you see Russell Wilson, I'll put it like this. Conor McGregor was hanging out with Russell Wilson and Sierra like not too long ago. I don't know how that's relevant, just because he said Russell Wilson.
Oh, I mean, no, I don't really keep up with popular.
Oh, yeah, you said you hate how Conor McGregor's like out here, like how he was at Justin Bieber's place, and
it's like, dude, you're wearing a boot. You're on one of those like little like kneel rolly things, like the players on the sideline use. Like, dude, why don't you just go home and chill and like rest up and like be with your 3 kids and the mother of your children? I mean, I don't know. I hate saying baby mama. I don't know why I don't like to say.
He loses credit with me when he's hanging out with Justin Bieber. So.
I mean,
can't be hanging out with Bieber.
I don't know, man. Justin Bieber's kind of cool now. He used to be a douche, but I think he's grown up a little bit since then. Since the days of the brothel videos in Brazil. I mean, dude, you're telling me that you're not listening to the songs when they come on the radio. You're not like tapping your toe while you're driving around.
Well, you're telling me if you were that age and you had that type of money, you wouldn't be hanging out, just chilling at a brothel.
No,
I would not be chilling with Justin Bieber. No.
Hey, let's put it this way: if Justin Bieber doesn't need to go to a brothel,
Justin Bieber in the face.
Oh,
what was that, Wes?
I would hit Justin Bieber in the face.
Hey,
just for no reason.
Hey, how tall is Justin Bieber?
I'm going to jail. I can't say that.
Wow.
Him and Drake are definitely getting punched in the face if I ever get the chance in public.
Ew.
Hey, with Wes's luck, he'll be in San Antonio jail.
Wes, don't be doing that, man. He's got bodyguards as big as you, so I don't know if you're gonna get that close.
I know, but I just.
What if Justin Bieber said, hey, he was like, hey boss, he's talking to you, he's like, hey boss, I got 6-figure contract for personal bodyguard. You interested?
No.
That's bullshit.
No.
That's
Because
bullshit.
first chance I get, I'm stabbing him in the back. I can't stand Justin Bieber.
Wes, straight face, you saying no to a 6-figure contract.
I mean, I'll sign it and take the money. I have some good commissary, but I'm taking Bieber out, man. I'm doing it for the country. I'll be a hero, and I'm taking Bieber out. Coming for Drake.
The words of Wes Washington do not reflect his peers, his colleagues, or the Paul Rodriguez show. Justin Bieber does not deserve that, sir. But you're not wrong. How do we go to Justin Bieber? Thanks a lot, James. Bringing up Justin Bieber and Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor needs to take his ass home. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, okay, so we can go. I'll tell you where we can go from here. Dean St. Pierre in the comments said, "Are the Razorbacks garbage or trash?"
Wes?
No, Dean St. Pierre. That's my old buddy from junior high. The Razorbacks are rebuilding. They're still coming back. So I mean, they're not trash. UT can overlook the Razorbacks if they want to, but they better be ready for a dogfight because the Razorbacks are gonna bring it. So don't overlook the Razorbacks. Don't be thinking it's gonna be easy.
That's a good spot to take a break because our next segment is going to be college football games we're looking forward to in the next segment. 50 minutes after the first hour. Let's get into a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about what game we want to watch this weekend in college football. We'll be back. Welcome back, everybody. It is the Paul Rodriguez Show coming out of Studio 44. Shout out to everybody in the chat there. Give them a shout out, Producer James.
We got let's see what we got here.
Say everybody.
Yeah, so we got freeze up real quick. So Dean St. Pierre, which we mentioned already. Shell
Hey,
E,
Big Brother Almighty.
which is I know from yesterday. You said it was your sibling. She was talking about whenever we were talking about who was going to give the Bucks a problem, in the NFC, and she had said 49ers. And then when when Wes was going on his Justin Bieber fucking tirade, she said, "Wes, your niece loves Justin Bieber, and we all love Drake."
See, everybody love Drake. Maybe not everybody. Most people. I thought Drake.
Because my sister messed up. She didn't school my niece and nephew to the Wu-Tang and to Fugees and to that good East Coast rap.
Hey, okay, hold on. How old are your nieces and nephews?
My nephew is, I believe, a freshman at Blinn, and I believe my niece is a freshman in high school.
Okay.
Could be wrong. My sister's going to kill me, but... Your
nephew, I can say, okay, fine. But your niece, probably 14, I don't think she needs to be listening to Wu-Tang and the other kind of stuff.
She got to know Cash rules everything around her. She got to know.
Hey, man, and tell me Wes's sibling's name again.
Lachelle.
Miss Lachelle. I tried to help. I'm sorry. I tried to help Wes, but that's the parents get the ultimate say, and so what Mama says is rule. I'm just gonna leave it right there.
My sister schooled me on to that's who brought me on to the Ice Cube and to the NWA. And,
hey man, you don't gotta make Lachelle look bad.
My sister schooled me on some hip hop.
Hey, I bet she did, but I'm sure she wants her baby to listen to good music.
She took me to my first real hip hop show back in the day in Houston. It was.
Ooh, you're gonna get a text, bro. You're gonna get a text.
You're talking too much.
But those are good artists. It's good for. I'm sure she probably would appreciate if you took your nephew to those kind of concerts too.
You get me in trouble.
All right, guys, let's get into it. This weekend, week 2, college football back into the mix. Horns taking on the Razorbacks. Oregon, Ohio State. Other notable games. Wes, I know you probably have that Razorback game circled on your list. Besides that game, what else is piquing your interest from the lineup of games this Saturday?
Like I saw, we saw Iowa State.
Oh, yeah.
Good game. It's a conference, a rivalry game. I also look at, Florida, South Florida. I don't know why, but I just want to see if Florida's for real. And I think that might be a game that might trip them up. But other than that, I mean, you see a bunch of, you can see it. That might be a pretty good game right there, Utah and BYU.
Was that a late one? Yeah, that's a late one.
Yes. Yeah, I like those late games.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Because you can concentrate on that game. A lot of times when you get into those early games, especially if you're a sports bar, you're like, oh. But when you get to those late games and you're relaxing and you don't have anybody that you're really rooting for, you can just enjoy the game.
Yeah, it is kind of fun, like especially watching like pro ball. If like Dallas is not playing and you're watching like another team, I think you appreciate the play calling, the flow of the game, the mistakes. You're not as critical because you don't have that little bit of fan inside of you. So I agree with that. It is a little bit more fun to watch games that you don't have an emotional attachment to.
With the pro game, it's always, I gotta look for this player, I gotta look for that player. But in college football, you're just enjoying it.
Yeah, that's true. That's especially if you got a little money riding on it. Producer James, what are you looking forward to? Are you looking forward to it? You're on mute.
Yeah, I'm over here, man. I wish I was a goddamn octopus. I wish I had 8 arms, man. Right now,
he's spinning plates right now.
Yeah. What was the question again?
College football. What are you looking forward to?
Man, I'm not really.
You are looking forward to Friday night, though.
Yeah, I am.
What are you doing Friday night?
So Friday night, I'll be in Dripping Springs for the Lockhart Lions versus the Dripping Springs
Tigers.
Yeah.
This will be James's second sideline reporting venture. You're gonna have some backup there too, right?
Yes, sir. Mr. Edward the Wizard Fernandez.
For me, what I'm looking forward to is Oregon and Ohio State. Is Ohio State gonna be real? And I think Oregon's gonna kind of give them that big of a test. Really good eye for US on that South Florida game. That's going to be a big one also. Friday, I think the Kansas Coastal Carolina game, Coastal Carolina Sunbelt team, ranked 17th in the nation. They're a 22.5-point favorite over Kansas. I want to give Kansas like other adjectives to describe them, but I'm not going to because maybe one day they may be great. And I don't want to have this looming over my head to say, remember when you talked mad-ish about Kansas?
Wes is dying over here.
What's up, Wes?
What's this about?
One second. I can't watch a Kansas game anymore because
they
Kansas
won.
Really rushed the field after they beat a Division II team.
They didn't.
You rushed the field.
Hey, they didn't win last year, bro. And Les Miles got fired mid-year for stuff he did at LSU, which was stupid.
Okay. I don't care.
I love it.
I like the honesty. I like it.
Come on, man. You can't rush the field after beating a Division II team.
They did. Well, they did.
Act like you've been there, man.
Hey, Montana beat Washington. That's a deep. Well, that's not a. It's an FCS school.
Well, but that's Montana's beating Washington. You're talking about Montana beating Washington.
Yeah.
I don't even know who Kansas played. I just know that they rushed the field. If whoever Kansas played beat them, and then they could rush the field. Come on, Kansas. Come on, Jayhawks.
They beat South. They beat South Dakota.
So we have another comment. J.A. or I don't know if it's Ja Elmore. They say Oregon, Ohio State.
Yeah, I really like that matchup. And it's early, too. I don't like that. I think that benefits Ohio State more than Oregon, with that Oregon coming from the West Coast, because 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time is really, I think, like 7 o'clock, or it's 3 hour difference. So that would make it 8 o'clock in the morning when they're kicking that game off in the West Coast.
And shout out to my brother-in-law. That's who that is. Apparently, they're a big. He went to Prairie View. My sister went to Texas Southern.
Where HBCU.
Prairie View beat Texas Southern. I was rooting for you, sis.
Hey,
my sister's the only one in the house rooting for Texas Southern.
Hey, shout out to Jackson State, baby. I don't know about y'all, right? I represent for Prime, Coach Prime. Yeah.
You're not gonna be invited over for jambalaya now.
Oh, damn. Hey, I'm putting on for the SWAC conference, baby. Come on.
Hey, Dion.
No, I would never. Hey, man, Prime is getting those Affleck commercials now. Rubbing shoulders with Saban. It's kind of all coming to fruition. Oh, yeah. He's like, hey, coach. He's going coach to coach. How do I get one of those blue jackets? I mean, Prime is – and the other thing I love about what Prime is doing is, like, he's setting up for the players, too, to get a bag. Not just him and all his endorsements, but he's going to use all those to parlay everything to, like, rebuild Jackson State. And I know we can talk about the other schools, too, with Texas Southern and Prairie View, but for what he's going to – whatever, like, he has planned, like, he's shown in his Instagram that he's, like – he's moving Jackson State ahead, and I hope that we have other big-time names who come from the NFL who want to do the same thing at Prairie View and at Texas Southern. And, hey, Texas Southern recruits – I'm going to go a little side real quick. Texas Southern recruits a lot in Austin. They just had the quarterback from Round Rock 2 years ago go to Texas Southern. That right now they have Oscar Goody the third at LBJ, the quarterback now, recruiting him too. So Texas Southern doing some noise and recruiting in Austin.
You made my sister so happy.
Yeah.
There's some really good quarterback play going to Texas Southern from Austin.
Hey, so we got to get that commercial in rotation, because there's very little things that like make me like I have to go revisit them every now and then. Okay. And I don't know why, dude. It's so funny, like that clip with the Deion Sanders and that reporter. Like, I just have to go revisit it. It just makes me laugh.
You have it?
I know.
Run it.
Okay.
You don't have to ask me for permission. Just run it.
I'm not asking you.
Then do it. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, Lil Jon. Hey, Lil Jon.
Yeah.
Wes.
Okay.
Oh, that's not what I meant. I go, do you like Lil Jon?
Yeah.
All right.
Now you should have said first. You should have said what?
He
I'll tell
did.
you the truth. I didn't know who Lil Jon was until the Dave Chappelle skit.
Dude, man, Chappelle made that people famous.
Dude, we'll be riding in the car, right? And it's like so now that me and my girl grew up in the era, and then it comes on, and they're like, "Ooh, 369, damn yo!" They're like, "What's going on
See,
here?"
the Yin Yang twins. Wes
Yeah,
ain't
Dave
Wes.
Chappelle took him to another level, man. He had everybody out there. What?
Yeah.
What?
But he put on a bunch of people, Chappelle, like not only like hip hop, but like at the end of his shows, he would have like, two lyricists that would be on his show, but then also he would have like John Mayer come and do a skit also, so he was diverse not only with his show, but like his guest appearances too. So shout out to Chappelle. Sad he had to like go through what he went through.
Hey, I'd rather listen to John Mayer than Bieber any day.
Facts, big facts. I want to elaborate, but I don't want to look like a punk either. I'm just saying, John Mayer. I felt.
Gravity.
Oh man, that one, and then gosh, never mind. Moving on. Moving on.
Your body is a wonderland.
It's your body is a wonderland.
Forgive me. We just got off of Little John. We went from Little John to John Mayer.
Hey man, we're diverse on this show. We can do that.
For sure.
Yeah. I was gonna say like Lil Flip. We can do that like Lil Flip, but I didn't want Wes to yell at me. If I would say Lil Flip, you gonna yell at me, Wes?
Nah, man. Was Lil Flip, was that Game Over?
Yeah, Game Over. But I like his underground stuff. Yeah. That's my era. Like when he was 18, I was like 16, and South Padre Island when I'm 18, he's like 20, and all his undergrounds going. Yeah, those were the good old days. Man, I sound old as hell.
Yeah, man. Every time I ride into Houston, I got to put on my Ghetto Boys and some Scarface.
Yeah, see, Scarface.
Ghetto
Don't get him going. This dude loves all Houston underground. Where were we at? What were we talking about? We're talking about Saturday games.
Yeah. Something like that.
Totally just.
Yeah, I'm not the one in charge of keeping us on track. So
I know it.
We'll keep on going.
I got distracted with John Mayer. What's up, Wes?
I said, I know I'm not the one to keeping us on track.
Oh, hey, shout out Texas Southern at Baylor Saturday at 6:00 on the Big 12 Network. Texas Southern getting some shine. Let's see what else here. Prairie View A&M at Incarnate Word on ESPN 3, 7:00 Saturday. Hey, that's HBCUs and SWAC. I think that's a big feather in the cap to start getting them on national television.
Why do you not like? You say that right now, and of course, I'm not too familiar with college football.
Okay.
But like you say that, and you're like on ESPN, and I'm like, is that like a legit school? Does that school exist?
Which
just
one?
Because of the whole controversy about that one school? That one school?
Bishop Sycamore?
Yeah.
What about it?
Yeah, just because of that whole situation.
But I don't understand the context of the question. So like,
Just because I'm not too familiar with college football.
Okay.
And you're like, you name these schools that I'm not familiar with, and I'm like, right off the back, I'm like, is this a real school?
well, the reason I brought up the SWAC conference because a lot of times, like the HBCUs don't really get the recognition they deserve, especially like how much history there is with those universities. And now that I think that we have like, Deion Sanders, and then you also have Eddie George at Tennessee State, they're coming to bring a bright light on the HBCUs. So now them being able to play like top Power 5 conferences gets them, one, they're probably getting a check to go play those big schools, and two, they're getting the recognition, which is the time on the big platform of ESPN, which does a lot of helping in their recruiting. So like whenever you can tell an athlete, hey, you may not be able to go play at Power 5 and start automatically, but at the same time, you can come over here, to the Texas Southerns or the Prairie View A&Ms or Jackson State's, Bethune-Cookman. You can go to those kind of universities and you can say Grambling, got to shout out Grambling. And then you also got to make sure like they can go start immediately and get to be on TV as freshmen, right?
Yeah.
So it's all about their recruiting and giving them information and giving them opportunities to kind of garner their talent. And then also we have name, image, likeness now. So now that they're at the university, they can go make money off of their name and image, and then they can use that money to support the family or to take care of whatever expenses they have at school. Tons of opportunity now for young people in these universities.
Or to put some shine on your neck. Hey,
I hope they don't do that. But yeah.
So what do you think about that whole situation? We didn't talk about it on the show.
Which one?
The
Bishop
ESPN,
Sycamore?
yeah.
Why do we want to talk about garbage?
Okay.
But we can talk about it. It is garbage. What happened was ESPN was duped. They have a black eye, and they're trying to like remedy the situation by, I think, acknowledging they had a big faux pas there. And so now it's kind of like, well, if Bishop Sycamore was able to like dupe the worldwide leader in sports entertainment, like what other opportunities or what other kind of missteps are going to be taken by ESPN? The problem with ESPN is they're so big, they're going to have these little missteps, and it's one that was blown out of proportion.
It just seems like I mean, to me, you know, like a company like ESPN, like how does this happen?
It's too big.
So some people have to get fired, right?
You would think, right? But
Yeah.
I don't know. But Wes, you were the one who originally brought this up last week on this story about Bishop Sycamore pretty much, you know, manipulating their way into being broadcast against IMG Academy, which is probably the number one team in the nation in high school ball. What was your kind of thought process on that scenario?
I mean, at first I'm like, kind of like, oh, good for them. You know, they got it on TV because they probably wouldn't have a chance to do it. But then again, I'm like, somebody lost their job because of what they pulled off. And,
You think so?
Somebody probably lost their job. And from what I understand, they also, wherever the school stayed, they wrote a hot check, which I don't know. Is anybody taking checks? So that might not be real. Who takes checks anymore? Do you have a checkbook?
The utility department takes my checks. I mean, yeah, I write checks to the utility mortgage company.
You write checks?
I'm 37 years old. Yes, I write checks. How is this so foreign to you?
You write checks? I use Apple Pay.
When I managed the restaurant, we wrote checks then, but I had to write a check to somebody. No, I haven't.
I remember when I worked in the grocery store. I worked at HEB, and this is like early 2000s, like 2000, 2001, and people would write checks to pay for the groceries, and I was like, why wouldn't you just use your card? So I kind of get that, but if you're writing a check that you need documentation of to like your utility company, so like in case they turn it off, you can say, hold up now. I know you may get a receipt also from the utility company, but you need that financial instrument verification so that you can prove that you made that electronic or you made that payment. Okay. Excuse me for being the records keeper here. Excuse me. My bad. I'll digress.
I thought I was the old one, man. That's called a confirmation text.
Yeah. Paul, honestly, it just kind of catches me off guard because like you're the one that's like, you know, you're
forward.
like tech forward. But like, dude, today one of my favorite gas stations was around the corner from my house. I forgot my wallet, and I was like, I'm gonna chance it. They have to have Apple Pay, and sure enough, they did.
Where was this at?
You know, right where next to our live.
Oh yeah. My bad. Yeah.
And so plus
at the pump they had Apple Pay?
No, in the counter.
Okay.
But the card just takes forever because it's like, and then it takes a second to read it, and I just went clink, and he was like, "Good day, see you later." And I was like,
shout out.
Yeah, I was like, bet.
I don't. You know what? I guess like I am pretty like tech forward, and I should be very careful what I'm going to say. I don't trust myself to pay through an RF. What is it called? I'm not going to trust myself with the tap of the pay, like Google Pay. I'll make electronic payments through like merchants, but I'm not gonna like tap my phone because people can read that signal and they can capture like all your money in your bank account.
Hey, the way I look at it, I'm like, dude, if you want to go through all that trouble to read my shit, well, fucking.
Well, it's just like the skimmers in Austin when they're trying to like get people's card numbers at the gas pump. Same thing. Like whenever I go to a gas pump, I'm like tugging on that little.
Hey,
I'm tugging on that scanner like, Jack, you ain't getting my money. Like
I mean, they need my $20 in my account, man. Let them have it.
Hey man, I'm petty. I need my $20. I need it. Like, nah, Jack.
No. But man, for real, like, I had got, you know, I must have swiped my card through like a skimmer thing because I went through 7-Eleven in San Marcos one time, and moments later, actually hours later, I got a thing from my bank.
Right.
Did you spend $100 at the gas station? Who the fuck spends $100 at a gas
Was
station?
it a hold though?
Unless you're at Buc-ee's, you're not spending $100 at a gas station.
Man, the gas is $2.89 now, maybe.
Yeah. So,
I know where you're going. I know where you're going.
Hey, if you're driving a Range Rover, you're probably spending $70 to $100 in gas. Am I wrong?
Hey, I pull up, I hit that dime.
I'm not.
Facts, but I'm saying that's the cost. Yeah. James?
No, I had a 99 Suburban, so to fill it up, it was definitely it was $100. So.
Damn.
Slab ride.
Find out, Wes. You were parked behind me. No, but I was like, man, somebody must have like. I thought that like I might have like left it open somehow and somebody just filled up on my shit, but it was like $100 even. Dude,
I make sure like after I'm done, like I hit like cancel, and like even if it says thank you for your purchase, I'm like cancel.
Yeah.
I'm paranoid. See, I'm paranoid and I'm petty when it comes to my money, Wes. I'm just like, I work hard for my money. I'm just like, I'm not trying to have no scammers.
He works hard for his money, so you better treat him right.
All right, guys, let's go to break real quick. When we come back, we'll do our pick'ems for NFL on the weekend. I appreciate everybody watching. Thank you for everybody in the chat. We see y'all there. We'll get to y'all when we come back to give you those shout outs. Stay tuned.
Head on over to Spotify, search Paul Rodriguez Show. You'll see the little logo pop up. Give us a follow, turn notifications on. That way you don't miss any show that is uploaded, which is daily.
Yes, welcome back, everybody. It is the Paul Rodriguez Show. Thank you very much, Vince McMahon, for getting us back in the groove. I was off the rails in the break there, but I think we're back on track. NFL Pick'em. It's Tuesday. We got football starting Thursday. We'll go do a round robin. We'll go to Wes, then we'll go to producer James, and then go to myself. Let's save the Cowboys game for the end, just because I think we all kind of know where our picks are going to lie. Let's begin. September 12th, RIP to all those lost in 9/11. Thoughts and prayers to them and their family. The Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Atlanta Falcons, the debut of Kyle Pitts. Wes, what you looking like?
I'm going with the Falcons.
Falcons are a 3-point favorite. You think they're going to be able to cover that?
I'm going to go with the Falcons. Just think Matty Ice is going to come out there. He's got weapons with Pitts and
Ridley.
Ridley. I don't have a lot of faith in Jalen Hurts, man. I just think people are going to adjust to him, and I think it's going to be the Falcons.
Your homies in the comments are going to get pretty live with that, taking the Falcons over the Eagles. Producer James? Go ahead. Go ahead, Wes.
I said little man will be all right.
Oh, God, he did not deserve that, Wes.
You know how you asked him earlier?
Who?
You know, if you him being a big man, yeah, that's all he's been doing all show. What the fuck?
Hey, are you sensitive to that?
I mean, I don't walk around.
Don't let Wes find a button now.
Yeah.
Don't let Wes find a button.
Okay, so fuck Matty Ice. Fuck Matty Ice.
Hey, easy.
Dude. Man, I picked him multiple times within the past 4 years on my fantasy football team. Worthless, dude. Worthless.
Worthless in that Super Bowl against Tom Brady too.
Yeah, they're losing.
They're picked to win. Okay, it's a pretty much a coin toss. I'm gonna roll with the Eagles in this. We need to pump up the NFC East. That's gonna help Dallas. I like the Eagles. You like the Eagles?
I do.
Wes likes Atlanta. We will find out. That's a noon kickoff. Steelers at Bills. Wes, what do you think?
As much as I hate the Steelers, I'm gonna take the Steelers. I'm going with Big Ben. I'm gonna go with the Steelers.
You're taking the Steelers on the road?
Yeah, I'm taking Big Ben.
Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Emmanuel Sanders, Cole Beasley.
I think Big Ben's got a chip on his shoulder. He got something to prove, and I'm taking Big Ben.
Big Ben was doing Big Ben things, but until week 12, I don't. Okay.
Hey, it's the beginning of the season.
Okay.
Okay. Producer James.
Hey, Buffalo.
I like Buffalo in this match. Josh Allen's going to light this bad boy up. I get it. Hey, is TJ Watt going to play? Is Minkah Fitzpatrick going to play? I mean, contracts are up in the air, folks. Vikings at Bengals. Wes.
Is Joe Burrow playing?
Yes, he is.
You know what?
This is hard.
I'm gonna go with the Bengals. Going with Joe Burrow.
Producer James.
What's the matchup?
Vikings at Bengals. Vikings are a 3-point favorite. It's a coin toss.
We'll go with Vikings.
Oh, I'm with Wes. Joey Burrow, Jamar Chase. I think the Bengals turning a new page in Ohio. I like the Bengals. 49ers at Lions. San Francisco is a 7.5-point favorite in Detroit, led by MCDC and a host of other coaches. What do you think, Wes?
All right. On this one, I like the Niners to win, but I don't think they cover.
Ooh, you think Jared Goff keeps them close?
He recognizes the 49ers. He's played against them, so I like Goff to keep it close.
That's a good insight right there. I like that. Producer James?
What's the matchup?
49ers at Detroit.
Sorry, I'm all paying attention to
San Francisco is a 7.5 point
I got
favorite.
San Francisco.
I like San Francisco also in this game. Although I think Wes, you're right. If I'm gonna pick, I'm taking the Lions plus the 7.5. I like that matchup there. Cardinals at Titans. The Titans are a 3-point favorite at home. Kyler Murray, new offense. Well, not new offense, but new additions. I think AJ Green's going to make a difference out there.
I'm taking the Titans because My brother-in-law is a Titan fan. I got some friends out there, but also my brother-in-law can cook. And if I go to Houston, I want to make sure I can eat. So I'm taking the Titans.
See, I wish you would have warned me about that when I was talking about Jackson State and Prairie View A&M and Texas Southern. But I'm still riding with Jackson State. That's all right if I can't get to play the gumbo. I understand. I'm brown folk. We bring our own food and our own drink wherever we go. So, I mean, I'm willing to share too. Just going to say. Producer James.
Who are the Titans playing?
The Cardinals.
The Cardinals. Well,
you know what it is?
I have news for Wes.
You know, there you
his
go.
brother-in-law ain't playing on the field. I'm going with the Cardinals.
Is your pick solely in spite of the 5'9" Kyler Murray? Is that what this is, Wes?
Oh, no. I really do like the Titans. I mean, you got Julio. You got probably
AJ
the best
Brown
back in the league right now.
Derrick Henry.
And Derrick Henry. So, I mean, and I think they play pretty good defense. I like the Titans. I think the Titans were pretty close to going to the Super Bowl, last year. I really like the Titans.
I like the Titans as well. I like them to cover. I think this is going to be a big win for Tennessee. This is a 12 o'clock kickoff CBS. Next matchup, Seattle Seahawks, Danger Russ versus the limping Carson Wentz Indianapolis Colts. Wes, your thoughts?
This is a tough one for me. I don't have a lot of confidence in Carson Wentz, so I am going to take Seattle. As much as I don't like Seattle because Seattle's got the worst fans.
Why?
No, the Eagles have the worst fans.
Why do they have the worst fans?
Seattle fans have flooded Austin. They're horrible. They're very rude to the Cowboy fans. For what reason, I don't know. But yeah,
it's not like they have won a
Seattle.
Super Bowl in the last 5 years or anything. I mean,
It just might be because the Cowboys suck. I don't know. Maybe.
slow your roll.
I'm just saying.
You're on one tonight. Hey, he's like Drake. He's on one.
I'm on 2.
That is true. He is on 2. Producer James, your thoughts? Seattle at Colts.
Seattle at Colts in my 4. Okay. I'm gonna take Seattle, man.
I like Seattle in this matchup too. Chargers at Washington football team. They haven't come up with a new name. God only knows why. Wes, what are your thoughts?
With this one, I'm actually going to take Washington. Even though I don't know who they have at quarterback, but I like the defense.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Once again, I don't know who they have at quarterback.
Ooh,
but
the
I'm going to take the Washington Redskins over the Chargers.
I'm sorry I interrupted you.
It's a play heritage ball.
I don't even know you, and I hate your guts. I'm gonna go home and put some water in Buck Nasty's mama's dish.
Hey, Paul. When we can, we got some comments just flowing in that we got to get them out.
Get them out right now. Let's get to them.
Opportunity. So we got Jay Elmore who was saying, he said Deshaun Watson should go to the Eagles, and then he picked the Bengals. And then he said PV all the way, evenly matched Titans and Cardinals. Shell said, Paul, you can eat. Our son will enjoy talking sports with you.
Word. Thank you. I
And
appreciate
then
that.
J. Elmore, Chargers are the plug.
I agree with that too. I like the Chargers in this matchup, although that defense for Washington is gonna be I think it may be equal to what the 49ers had a few years ago with Buckner and Bosa out there also. It's gonna be a good game, but I think Justin Herbert is just too much of a dynamic weapon to kind of keep Chargers out of it.
Yeah, he said Justin Herbert is nice.
Yeah, he's legit. Jets at Panthers. Carolina is a 5-point favorite at home. Wes.
Oh, I got to go with Carolina. I don't know what to expect from Zach Wilson, especially with what he has with the Jets. He may be running for his life. So I'm going to go with Carolina and just, it's a pretty easy pick for me right there.
This is a revenge game for Sam Darnold because Sam Darnold left the Jets, and now that you have the young BYU product with the Jets, I like that also with Carolina. What do you think, Producer James?
I don't know, man. Sometimes, there's matchups where you just, there might be a bomb just dropped on the field and they just both Not, just like cancel each other's out.
Cancel your microphone pretty quick. Next matchup, Jaguars at Houston Texans. Wes.
I'm gonna go with the Jaguars. I mean, if Deshaun Watson.
Whoa! Really?
What?
You like the Jaguars?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Jaguars. I'm gonna go with Sunshine. Sunshine's gonna light them up. I don't have a lot of faith in Tyrod Taylor. I mean, it'd be different if it was Deshaun Watson was playing. But then again, I mean, who do the Texans have besides Deshaun Watson sitting on the bench?
Nobody. Producer James.
Nobody, baby.
I'm sorry.
Look, Keith Sweat.
Yeah, you like Jaguars in this one?
Yeah, I do.
Me too. I like the Jags.
So
go ahead.
Real quick before we move on, who is this guy that's taking over in Houston?
Tyrod Taylor. You don't know Tyrod Taylor?
Okay.
The guy who got a punctured lung from the medical professional with the Chargers last year.
Okay, I know now.
Paved the way for Justin Herbert. Sabotage, bro. Like the Beastie Boys. Browns at Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, a new revamped offensive line. The magnificent Cleveland Browns. Shout out to the Brownies. Wes, I think you've alluded to who you like in this matchup. What are your thoughts?
Oh, of course I'm taking the Chiefs. I don't have a lot of faith in Baker Mayfield. But yeah, I like the Chiefs. How are you going to go against Patrick Mahomes and that offense? And I think they're going to light them up. It might be a close game, though. The Browns will probably put up some points, but in the end, I think definitely I got to go with Patrick Mahomes.
You know, the majority of the year last year, the Chiefs just did not cover because they were giving up so many points. This week, they're a 6-point favorite. If I'm going to bet, I'm going to take the Browns plus the 6, just because I think it's going to be, like you said, tight game. Browns have a lot of firepower. I think the Chiefs have more firepower, and this is another late kick. Browns traveling to Kansas City, Missouri to take on, Red Nation. I like the Chiefs to win the game, but I don't think they cover. Producer James?
J. Elmore says the Chiefs, so I'm rolling with the Chiefs.
Word, shout out Chiefs.
I'm rolling with the chat.
I like it. Here we go. Is this gonna be the Crab Leg Bowl? We have the Green Bay Packers taking on the New Orleans Saints at Jacksonville. Wes, what are you thinking?
Ooh, so
let me tell you this. Let me tell you this.
I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Saints. I'm going with the Saints just because I feel like what's gonna happen is the Packers are gonna lose. Aaron Rodgers is gonna come out and tell everybody to relax. It's only game one, and then he'll come out and be Aaron Rodgers and do the belt thing. But
can you see?
I like the Saints game one.
Can you see his face? Can you see James's face?
Hopefully you can now.
He was pouting there for a minute. So I wanted to say this while you were kind of going in. Would it matter if I told you that Green Bay was a 4-point favorite? Would it change your pick, Wes?
No.
Okay.
I just like the Saints in this one, just because I think the Green Bay sometimes has that slow start, and I think it takes Aaron Rodgers to get that chip on his shoulder. It gets those people saying, "Hey, Aaron Rodgers is washed up." It's kind of the same thing with Tom Brady. Everybody starts saying Tom Brady's done, and then next thing you know, Tom just goes out there, bah, 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 and just lights people
up. He is for surely mistaken. He's hoping the Green Bay Packers lose. Don't lie to us, Wes. Come on, man. Don't lie to us. Don't lie to us.
Dude, I can tell you, I kind of hope both teams lose. I got to listen to my brother. He's a Saints fan.
So I have a proposition. Let me see.
I wish a bomb drops on the stadium, though. Like somebody.
That's kind of crazy. Here's the proposition. This is between Wes and James. Well, James would be right there.
Yeah.
And here it is. If the Green Bay Packers win, Wes, you got to eat crab legs on the show. And if the Saints win, James has to eat dubs on the show.
Bet.
All right. Bet.
Really?
Oh, I love crab legs.
Let's get it on.
As much you love crab legs so much you'll steal them.
Oh, whoa.
I don't think he intended to steal them. He just walked out.
There we go.
I don't think that was his intent.
That's a whole other story for a whole other show.
All right.
We need to go to the next pick, man.
The Miami Dolphins taking on the New England Patriots. The Patriots are a 3-point. Gosh, I can't read. I'm sorry, guys. They are a 3-point favorite. New England is. Wes?
I'm taking the Dolphins. Shout out to my boy Emo.
Ooh.
Man, I'm roll with the Dolphins.
Oh, you ain't feeling the mac and cheese, is what you're saying.
I just think there's going to be some adjustment time there. I get that Belichick is Belichick, but he ain't got Tom.
You telling me?
I know that everybody thinks that Mac Jones is the next Tom Brady, but I got to see something first.
But you're telling me you're telling me Tua is better than Mac Jones.
I mean, they both got national titles. I mean, I think he's probably he's a better runner. I don't know who's got the stronger arm. I couldn't tell you that, but
give that look again.
Tua. I think Tua's gonna be like, hey man, I'm gonna show you a little something that, I was there at Bama first. I led the way.
I don't believe you believe what you're saying right now, sir. Good sir. Producer James.
The disrespect.
Producer James.
So what are the matchups?
Miami and Patriots. Come on, man. You're listening.
I got Patriots, dude. Who?
Okay, Patriots.
Who? Mac Jones. Who?
Mac Jones. All right. Broncos at Giants. Denver is a 3-point favorite on the road to the Meadowlands. I think this is pretty easy.
Man, I have no faith in the Giants. I don't know who the quarterback is. Is it going to be Jones? Daniel Jones?
Yes, it is Danny Dimes.
Either way it goes, I'm going with the Broncos. Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy B.
Yeah.
Producer James?
Yeah, I'm rolling the same.
Yeah, I agree with. There's too much firepower with the receivers for Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton, Teddy Bridgewater, more consistent passer than Drew Lock.
Is that our first across the board?
I think that's the first unanimous pick right there.
Okay.
Bears at Rams. This is Sunday night prime time. The Rams are a 7.5-point favorite.
I'm taking Rams.
Wes?
Oh, man.
Andy Dalton starting.
You know what?
Who?
I'm going to take the Bears.
You're going to take the Bears?
I'm going to take the Bears in an upset. I think the monsters of the Midway come out and have a big game.
You want to bet?
Max shows up, and I think the Bears pull off with an upset. Don't get me wrong. I still think the Rams are going to do something this year, but I like the Bears right now in this first game.
You're telling me Andy Dalton is going to outduel Matt Stafford in this game in L.A.?
No, Andy Dalton will hurt himself tying his shoes.
Thank you.
And they're going to bring in.
Thank you.
They're gonna bring in what's his name?
Justin Fields. If that's the outcome that occurs, Andy gets hurt pregame. Justin Fields jumps in. I could see the Bears having a shot at winning this game. But if Andy Dalton plays the whole game, no, sir. Yeah. No, sir. The LA Rams. And they cover. You like the Rams?
Yeah, we just said.
Monday night, Ravens at Raiders in the new Allegiant Stadium. The Death Star has become known as Baltimore 4.5-point favorite. Wes?
Ooh, I mean, opening night, finally get some fans in Vegas, right? This is the first night they have fans in Vegas.
Yeah, make sure you bring your vaccination card. It's required.
So, they're gonna have. It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be. Everybody's going to be pumped up to finally get in there and cheer for the Raiders, and I'm going with the Ravens.
The Ravens.
I'm going with Lamar Jackson. Light up the Raiders.
I'm going with the Ravens as well.
You going with the Ravens?
I'm going with the Ravens, yeah. Have to.
I'm going with Chucky. I'm going with the Las Vegas Raiders Monday nights, and they with the upset. Lamar Jackson's in a contract year. I don't think that they have any headway. I don't know if he'll be able to get the ball out. I like the defense for the Raiders, especially when you have to play Patrick Mahomes twice a year. Give me the Raiders at home. Finally, Thursday night, The Dallas Cowboys, America's team, versus the world champion, defending Super Bowl champion. I was gonna call them Tampa Bay Buccaneers, led by the GOAT Tom Brady. Wes, I think we know where you're going with this. Let's keep it respectable, gentlemen, and make our picks as we move and close the show.
Of course, Tampa Bay, as they call it, they're probably gonna win, but I got to root for my Cowboys, and I've got to pick the Cowboys. I mean, I think Dak has a great comeback. We see some magic and just a last-second throw. Maybe hit CeeDee Lamb over the middle. Cowboys win. That's the dream. So taking the Dallas Cowboys.
Watch that happen. Anything in the comments?
Yeah, I mean, we have plenty, but I think we will revisit that once we're done with our
What do you pick?
because we've got a lot. Of course, I'm gonna go. Where am I at? I'm gonna go Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay. Okay.
Bay, man. Yeah.
Hey, can you stand up next time you're talking to the mic? I can't hear you.
This fucking guy.
Let's keep it. I'm gonna pick Dallas to win in the upset. I'm taking the Dallas Cowboys. I don't know how. I'm just gonna pick Dallas, and I'm willing to put a little something on it. Once this show is over, me and producer James will hash out the details for our gentleman's agreement. What about the comments? Let's give them a shout out.
Okay, I'll tell you about the comments. You know why you're picking Dallas? Because you're becoming a fucking zombie.
No,
right before your fucking very eyes, and you don't even fucking see it coming.
No zombies.
Just like Wes. You told me Wes wasn't a zombie, and what'd you bring on? Fucking zombie, bro.
What zombies?
He's blind. He's picking the Cowboys.
He picked
over
Tampa.
The Tampa.
He picked Tampa. See, you're not listening.
Okay.
Listen to him, man.
He
I'm gonna calm down.
He picked Tampa.
I'm gonna calm down.
I picked Dallas.
It was the short comment that got me.
No,
I was going in blind. All right.
James didn't deserve that.
I didn't.
Like somebody.
What did I do to you, Wes? What did I do to you, man? All I do is run the show, man.
You picked the Green Bay Packers. That's what you did. All right, we got that gentleman's agreement set. We're off the rails. Y'all heard of that show Tombstone? I think it's on Paramount Network. Y'all,
I've seen the movie.
The movie
Yellowstone?
Yellowstone. There you go. See, have you seen that one?
Man, they better not make no show Tombstone, because Tombstone doesn't need to be touched.
Yeah, I agree with that. So Yellowstone. Perfect. What do you into that?
I need to get into it. I watched the first episode, but I liked what I saw. I definitely need to get into it. But man, I'm always watching the old stuff. Man, I told you I'm old. I'm going back and I'm watching stuff like Hunter back in the day, In the Heat of the Night. It's my mom, man. My mom liked those old detective shows. She used to watch Matlock and
Cowboys replays.
So you're take it easy. All right, take it easy. All right. So you're telling me you're watching like Cozy TV, like you're watching reruns of like Andy Griffin? Is that what we're talking about?
Oh man, it's such good stuff, dude. Come on, man. Watch the Jeffersons.
Hey man, the Jeffersons are different. Hey, are you watching Texas Ranger?
I know he is. I know he is.
I haven't watched Texas Ranger, but I do watch The Fall Guy. I watched Hunter. I also watched Barney Miller. I'll go back and watch some, like I said, In the Heat of the Night. In the Heat of the Night, man, it goes hard, dude.
Nascool says he watches Golden Girls.
You watch Golden Girls?
Oh yeah, I watch Golden Girls.
I like Golden Girls too.
Why do you think I make fun of him so much? I get all my cuss downs from there. Neil will tell you I light him up, dude, constantly.
Hey, we appreciate y'all watching. Thank y'all very much. I dig Golden Girls. Hey man, the Jeffersons ain't nothing to play with though. But my biggest show, like if I'm scrolling through, if I see Sanford and Son on, like I'm watching the rest. I'm watching that episode, no matter what it is.
Oh, fish-eyed fool.
How about 5 cross your lip? I'm just saying.
I'm Dolomite.
Hey, we had. Hey, did you ever get in tune with Dolomite?
Me?
Yeah, the original from the 70s.
I did not watch the original, but I did watch the Eddie Murphy movie that he did, and I thought it was pretty. I definitely thought it was one of the best Eddie Murphy's movies that he's done in a while, because that Coming to America was awful.
Yeah, I heard that one was kind of rough. What's your favorite Eddie Murphy movie all time?
Oh, not Stand Up.
No stand up. Not Stand Up.
That's tough, man. It's gonna be. Ooh.
Ooh, this one's tough.
I gotta go Coming to America, or it's gotta be 48 Hours.
Okay, 48 Hours is good. I like Coming to America. No Golden Child.
Golden Child was good. It kind of leads off, and I hate when it doesn't, like, the action doesn't really. There's no funny lines, or there's no good humor.
I get it.
It kind of just it has a big gap where it's just.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, let's give everybody in the chat a shout out before we get out of here. Anything other golden nuggets in there, producer James?
Thank you. I was waiting for it. So we got I agree, Tampa wins the first game at home, and we got Tampa Bay. It's going to be a good game, 27-20. Dallas is America's team, shall say. He watches Golden Girls, Not School Said, Seinfeld from Jay Adamore, and then one that hit me right in the fucking heart, dude. It says, fire the producer for all that Cowboys slander. Bro, it's Cowboys facts. It's not slander if it's facts.
You know what's so funny? You've had.
That's what I want to know.
What's that?
Who said it?
Who said it?
I want to know.
Rochelle.
Oh, his sister.
I love my sister.
Be respectful. That's.
But okay, we'll end it with this. She said, Harlem Nights, you used to hide in my backseat to go see it.
Harlem Nights is a good movie. You shut off my pinky toe.
Yeah, but
that's the only way she can go see it is my mom would let her go. So I jumped in there. I was like, Ma, she can't go. I got to go.
Yeah.
And so
yeah.
she had to take me to see Harlem Nights.
Shout out to everybody that's in the chat that takes the time to come and watch the show. You know, for me, you, and Paul, and all this. It's shout out.
Yeah, we're very grateful for everybody who's come over. Wes, thank you for your huge contribution. It's good to kind of get this dynamic. We got something pretty fun cooking up over here. We're gonna continue to spread the message, everybody. But you gotta love when the fans give the producer hell for all this slander coming down. Listen, what I really wanted to let people know is you've had 30 plus years of elite quarterback play in Green Bay. I hope Aaron signs an extension for 4 or 5 more years, because after 2028, 2029, the love will no longer be around, pun intended. So, tip of the hat. It's backwards, but tip of the hat to Green Bay.
That's cool. I mean, I dealt with it in San Antonio once the dynasty left, and I understand that it's the way that sports goes. And
you'll know how we feel. You'll know.
He is a Spurs fan.
Let me tell you something. I won't ever know how a Cowboys fan feels.
Hey,
let me tell you something, Joe Rogan.
Producer James, my sister's a big Spurs fan herself, so y'all got that in common. Lachelle is a big Spurs fan.
Yeah.
Word. All right. Cool.
Spurs.
Yeah,
go Spurs. Go.
Once the NBA gets back online, we'll definitely start cooking that up. Also,
Luka.
Hey man, are they gonna bring anybody to help him?
They got to, man. I can't. I'm tired of looking at Porzingis. Talk about somebody else that I'm gonna try to punch in the face that I see in public. Porzingis is the next one.
Oh, dude, he's like 6 feet taller than you.
You might have to jump up a little bit.
I come off a step stool.
Come on,
I borrow James's step stool.
Hey.
What makes you think I carry a step stool?
That was a liver punch, bro.
This fucking guy.
That was a liver punch from that was like Canelo. That was like Canelo's punch telling him to get out of here.
What makes you think I carry a step stool, Wes? That's fucked up. Hey, and he said I don't at the beginning of the show how 360 that we've come. I don't pick on 180 is what it is. I don't pick on short guys. What is he doing right now?
Self-defense.
Canelo, can you tell these guys to get out of here?
Head on over to spot.
Get the fuck out of here, man. Please, get the fuck out of here, man.
All right, that's the show. Thank y'all for watching. That liver punch, Wes, was
love.
Man.
Much love.
We'll be back.
Having me on, man. It's a good time.
Hey, Wes. No, thank you, man. Thank you for coming in and joining the team. We will be back next Monday. High school football is going on. We're not going to have a show when the Cowboys are playing Thursday night, just so everybody can kind of enjoy that programming. We'll be back Monday, and we'll see who was right and who was wrong. And we'll either have really fun Cowboy talk or status quo, business as usual. Dallas sucks and they're not going anywhere, and everybody can get mad and James can be happy, and that'll be it. Also, we'll do a recap on HBCUs. Shout out to Prairie View, A&M, and Texas Southern, and them boys out in Jackson State, Mississippi. We out till Monday. Adios.
Peace.